This is just a quick video I wanted to make since I really haven't been making shit this league. Because I've been just fucking busy playing. It has been amazing. So, first thoughts is just, oh my god, what the fuck? How in the hell do they keep getting away with this? Just absolute banger after a banger, you know? Like, I don't know, I was kind of frustrated when I heard the news just because I was going to not play this league and, you know, spend this time, you know, farming up IRL and just getting ahead of the game and stuff. And as soon as this thing came out, I was like, Jesus Christ. What? I have to, you know, you have to play this shit. This is nuts. So here we are. You're doing Lightning Strike Warden, like everybody else. And we're just having a goddamn blast. Now I'm just doing some lower T10s, trying to build up more of a map pool and actually farming gold right now because I have no fucking gold in my town. So that's a fun thing, just in PoE, just to be running around chasing gold. It actually does feel pretty good. It was definitely wonky at first, and then I'm like, eh. Then it kind of came together. Anyway, I'm just waking up, so I'm getting in the flow of things. This build is pretty interesting, like the way it works. So just try to keep my flasks popped off. Yeah, a lot of button pushes to give you bursts of damage. That's what it feels like. So yeah, I'm gonna clear around here. Anyway. It was just really fun. I got all the homies in the Discord to join in this league. I even got another one of the homies. He doesn't play. He's more of like a competitive Tarkov kind of guy, you know what I mean? And I got him to play. I've got a hilarious clip of him just complaining in the beginning of the gameplay. It's fucking funny. But yeah, no, it's been an absolute blast. I'm fucking exhausted. I spent way too much time grinding this shit out, and yeah, it's probably gonna make me rip right here. Maybe not. A lot of DCs, a lot of desyncs, so it's like my character was over past that tree and down to the left, and then I don't know why I locked out. But a lot of that has been going on in this league, I would say. A lot of desyncs, a lot of lag issues, lots of I think yesterday I disconnected more times than I can fucking count, over 10 within the whole day. I did about an 18-hour session yesterday. So lots of lag, lots of desync, more so than any other league, and it's just, you know, it's got me stressed out thinking it's something with my system, my machine. I don't know, I'm very touchy on it because I just got the thing and I always feel like I'm inadequate, so it's like I don't know if it's just the league or if it's my machine, and everyone's experiencing these issues and blah blah blah. So it seems to be a thing that everyone's experiencing, so that put my mind at ease. Even though I don't want to experience these things as well, it's just, you know, it is what it is. Let's see if I can try to focus up. Well, I wasn't even focusing up, I literally got desynced around the fucking tree, so it's like, if I know my spacing's right, and I'm over here, and then the game's like, no, you're actually right here, you're taking a fucking shot to the face, you know. Kinda gets frustrating, so there's my fucking Uracilium, or whatever the fuck it is, so. Anyway, you know, it's a little annoying like that, because you know, when I'm gauging the character, I'm trying to feel like, how does this really feel? You know, like what's going on? King Harvey up in here. Let's go. You pop your flasks, you pop your tinctures, pop your other one, pop your ball. There's so many things to pop. And just let you drain the shit out of the boss. I think she's fucking a shot. Put that freeze off on her. The detonate dead. Permafreeze. Once we get her like that, we're pretty much golden. That's the other thing too, trying to gauge my damage. It's really weird because this skill's pretty goofy. Single target wise, you need to get into like a sweet spot where, let's say that this is the enemy, right? Or let's say Ashabi's the enemy, okay? It's like you need to be like right about in that sweet spot of range, right about here, where there's like a little bit of spacing between you. But the monster always wants to close the gap, and this is where if you're gonna pop off, you're gonna see those those beams that are coming from the the top of the screen, vertical beam. You want to see like two vertical beams, one above you and one above the enemy, and it's about a spacing like this. So that can feel pretty wonky, but once you do get the hang of it, it feels great. Now, there's a lot of people that are doing different variants of the Warden. I opted to go up into Oath of Winter, and the reason being is just I like freezing, and when I kind of got the feel for the skill and how it has that clunky single target, if there's any way you can kind of like slow the enemy down or freeze the single target, it'll help you reposition, get that beautiful double hit off where you want to get that proper spacing, like I was telling you about. So, but other than that, Jank, the build feels insanely strong. Still just trying to kind of gauge where I'm at. I try to build a little bit more of a tanky version because I just felt that version I was following. I did get it from local haul, and a lot of content creators have made lightning strike builds. No one really owns it per se, but I know that him and his team did some great legwork in creating the league start guide for it. So that's what this is based off of. Even though I have taken several liberties, it's not a one-for-one follow. None of my attempts really are ever like a one-for-one. Not any particular reason, but just because I know how things are situational in PoE. For instance, I'd rather have this Vitality on right now, but if I didn't have the Vitality, I could probably squeeze in the Herald of Ice and I'd have a little bit more damage, but I just feel like the damage is sufficient enough with the tinctures and how much we're actually getting the scaling here. Like, just throw some more defense in there, more survivability. Like, I'm using a life flask right now just because, yeah, I have so much leech, it'll be fine, but it's just, like I said, this isn't even the double hit. That chunking that's going down, that's not even the sweet spot, but you saw how good that damage was on single target. Losing my train of thought. Basically, I just feel like the build itself is very strong, so I could opt for more defensive options. So we're running Grace Determination. Yesterday was the day I got out of my Purity of Elements. It's very, very easy to do for shield characters. You run a Tempest Shield. That's why my shield is glowy. You run a Tempest Shield to solve your shock. You get the freeze solve from the Pantheon, and then the only thing that I did to solve the ignite was a cheeky little jewel here for 43 chance to avoid being ignited. This wheel gives you 20% chance to avoid elemental ailments, and then this guy right here to solve up the additional 40, which is giving my current guy 103% chance to avoid being ignited. So that freed up my aura space so that I can go Grace to Term and Vitality. The downside of that is you have to get every single reservation on the tree. So it's Charisma, Leader of the Pack, you grab Thrill of Battle, and then the 12% Mastery, of course. And also, this is a shitty chess piece, but you roll some. This is a Screaming Essence of Loathing. You can do the one higher. It goes. The roll is 9 to 10% increased mana reservation efficacy of skills. Screamings will do just fine for whatever you're trying to do. They're just a bit cheaper, and you can spam them a bit more. So this chess piece, in conjunction with all the reservation, is how I'm able to reserve most of my mana pool and have 30 mana left over to cast my abilities. Now, my Lightning Strike only costs 11 mana right now, and that is mainly due to Thrill of Battle. I am running an Inspiration, which is, this should be a Volatility or a Elemental Damage with attacks. However, we're just trying to squeeze it in so that we can have a little bit more of quality of life while we map. So, I don't know, probably not the best damage support, but it's enabling me to do this in conjunction with two non-channeling skills have minus mana cost rings. So doing something like this early on will help you do cheeky shit like this, when you're trying to squeeze out shit. So why would you do things like this? Go off of the beaten path of the guide? Well, it's pretty simple. It's just, you want to get into T17s and you're not as tanky and your gear sucks and it's scuffed and, you're just trying to get by with what you got and, you make little concessions like that and ends up working out. So we're doing Harbinger and Harvest on this map tree. And then on my other tree, we're doing Expedition and Essence. Yes, so Expedition and Essence and Harvest and Harbinger on this one. So we're doing pretty good. 92 of 132. So not too terrible. 87 out of 115 on the Atlas thing. I haven't got any favors done. I'm just barely getting into my bossing. 89 Warden. Just kind of wanted to give a little build update. No, I'm not dead, and I'm really not too terribly gung-ho getting videos out. Honestly, YouTube's been kind of saturated lately and kind of just like demotivating. And I haven't really watched anyone else's videos this league. This is the first time in a long time that I've just been kind of like, I don't really care what's going on. I've just been focused and playing, and it actually feels really good to not have any outside influences and just kind of like minimal outside influences and just kind of like focus and play the game that you love. So I'm having an absolute blast. Gripes with the game right now is just it's kind of buggy, it's laggy. If I go into, this is a big one here, you go into the currency exchange, if you stare at this live update long enough, it'll kick you. You'll DC. It's happened to a lot of my friends. I don't know if they fixed that recently, but I am just sure that's just a buggy thing they got because of the new way it works. So I'm not really complaining too much on it, but it is kind of annoying. Early on as well, I don't know if it seems to be a bit better, or I just stopped whirling bladesing in King's March, because when you whirling blades in King's March, I get disconnected. So I stopped really, I broke the habit of doing this because it really was messing me up. I just woke up, so they have no gold, and everybody stopped working, so let me give them some gold so they can start working. Anyway, yeah, so not too far on the King's March. There's just a couple of little buggy things, a little bit of lag. Town is fucking lava. I mean, I'm sure they fixed it by now, day 3, but first 2 days, like, if you were in town for more than 2 minutes at a time, you're gonna get DC'd. Like, it was bad. So I'm just gonna leave it there. Nothing really that's coming to mind. I'm sure the things that they know are pissing people off, they're definitely working on, if they haven't already solved it. So beautiful league. Biggest issue with it is that it's just too much fun and it's gonna suck up too much of my time, and I need to make some money, and so I could play this fucking game. If I had some extra money, I would buy a fucking supporter pack. It's so goddamn good. Anyway, I'm gonna wipe the gunk out my eyes, go wash my face, take a shit, brush my teeth. I haven't really done any of that. I'm just drinking my coffee and trying to get my bowel movements out. So, morning, everybody. Have a great time out there in raid class. May your ships come back with loads and loads of divines. That's the other thing too. Haven't really figured out the shipping shit yet. I'm just kind of winging it, but of course, trickle down murmurs. Homies in the Discord have watched a couple videos, and now they become experts. So, hooray! So we're gonna try out some of that shit today, and wife's coming home, so I'm gonna have to pretend like I definitely completely care about every moment, everything she has to say, because she's important and she's my love of my life. No, I'm just kidding. She knows that I'm completely absorbed with Ray class right now. So I love you, honey. You're awesome. For the rest of y'all, have a great one out there. Stay sane. Peace, peace.